Hey everybody, welcome back to my Outerloper run. So, I had a little bit of just a tiny sleep for our save point, and a blizzard did come in, so we lost a little bit of temperature. Obviously, as the load game loads up, it has to bring in the blizzard that was happening before. But, so it has to go through this whole state again of dropping all the temperature, but we did sleep for an hour and actually lost a bunch, I think. So, it is a shame that has come in. Just stop us doing a couple of things. Just need to check all the stuff I've got. Now, does it get quieter if I get behind this rock back here? No audio blocking or anything? No, it's still going to be ridiculously loud. Let me have a look. Half a litre of water. We will need to do some water shortly. We're full of calories. We're a little bit tired. We probably should make up some coffee before we leave here at least, but still just above freezing. I think I'm going to sleep for another hour and just see how we go, and if this blizzard washes itself off. Back to temperature. Feels like 2 degrees. We've got a couple more climbs we have to do, and I don't mind doing them during the night and it's cold, but not while it's blizzarding, obviously, so I might try and just sleep in little 1 and 2 hour stints. Let's see if this is going to work out for us. Well, now it's actually really 0. Still warm in the bedroll though. Do another hour. I'm getting our exhaustion under control. Getting to the coldest part of the night. Well, hopefully that is. Sleep for another hour. -3. Sounds like it's starting to die off a little bit. It'll probably still be blowy for a little bit longer. Let's sleep for another hour just to make sure. Okay. It's probably freezing cold out there, but I mean, we're in the wind shade here, so of course we're doing okay with that, but need a little bit of water. Probably could do with making up a coffee. That'll help us get to the summit with 1 less sleep, maybe. Drunk all our water. How many matches did we bring? We've got a fair few for the moment. I don't want to use the 100% torch. So do this fire up, we'll make some water. Maybe make up some coffee.
That didn't work. Come on, little fire. Come on.
That amount for the moment. So yeah, it's been a little while since I actually recorded the last episode, which you all would have seen. I tend to do a bunch in a row and then just sort of slowly schedule them to come out, especially because I was going to be away on holiday for a week. So I was away during that time and just got back to tropical rainforest, which is probably about as far away as you could get from the weather conditions of this game. Now, what can we do while that is happening? Do we have... we could prepare that. Anything else? Can we do another one? No, we cannot. I think I must have left my axe back home. 11 minutes on that. Could probably do a quick sharpen on this. That. Cook up a couple of coffees. 26 minutes. Another coffee. Ah, cooking 3. Excellent. Now, cook up one of the reishis. A little warming buff.
I'll take it.
Are we off weight-wise? Alright. Third coffee. Put 1 extra reishi. Now, that will probably be the end of our unmade reishis. Just drop that one to keep it warm for the moment. I'll just drop a couple of those coffees as well. Just to keep them warm. Right, so just going to have a quick look outside. Didn't hear the aurora noise. Not 100% sure about heading out there in this. The route we want to go is reasonably safe, but not if there's a wolf up on that little edge up there. I guess we could see how brave we feel once we pick all this up. Because yeah, in my experience, they're not super afraid of the flare gun either. I mean, if you get them in a direct hit, it's it's not so bad, but yeah. I might end up tangling with an Aurora wolf. What to do? Just as dangerous as an Aurora wolf would be or more dangerous would be an Aurora bear. We definitely don't have any stink on us, do we? There is an Aurora wolf just down there, so it's going to leg it this way a little bit. He might have spied us, I'm not sure. He was just crawling over a rock. Didn't see him making a beeline for us or anything. But no reason to hang around too much. Just got to get up this little bit of lump here. Alright. Might just drink one of our coffees. We still have a hot one. We don't need the coffee to get up this rope, but it'll just stop us getting as fatigued by this rope, so that we might have a bit of a chance of making the next climb with only, you know, we can probably do it without a sleep, but we might be able to have a little 1 hour sleep and then climb first thing in the morning. Alright. couple of extra sticks because why not? Oh, that might make a nice little screen capture maybe. This game does have some fairly beautiful views. Alrighty.
Oh, sure, I'm getting cold.
That was a good little journey without having to hang around in the cave too long. I was a little bit paranoid about the aurora, but seem to have got away with it. Okay, so it's ludicrously dark. We have plenty of lantern fuel. I'll just grab all the million pieces of coal that won't come to the summit with us. Well, unless I forget to dump them, that is, but I should definitely pick them up, at least drop them at the other entrance. Hopefully we have a little bit of weight spare to bring some of these down to the mountaineer's hut. So it's always good to have a whole bunch of coal just in reserve at the hut. Anything down here? Any coal? There's a couple of pieces, or one piece.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Can drop some of this gear, but only when we get to the other end. Right, so there's our little way up we need to go. We need to... should we just check in here for a couple of quick sneaky pieces of coal? Probably for the best, because there's a lot.
Man, all I can think about is food.
Okay, now it's this way. For those of you that did watch the last episode, hopefully the audio problem I had that filtered out wasn't too horrible for everybody. We've still got all that moose meat back at the hut for when we return, so didn't bring any of the meat on the journey. I don't tend to try and carry stinky stuff on me, but you know, we filled our stomach up before we left, but that's nearly run out. I think we've got a little bit of food on us. Okay. Warming up is expired, and so is our coffee buff. Let's dump a bunch of things here and they'll light off for the moment. We definitely do not need 17 pieces of coal. else can we leave behind while we go up there? Probably keep all of that on us. We don't really need the lantern either, to be honest. I like to keep the weight really low just to make the climb. Help with the exhaustion. Doubt we're going to need 2 really good torches. We will need the hacksaw, obviously. Won't really need any flares up there. I do need to make, remember to come back here and grab all this stuff. It is important to us. And coming up in, not necessarily in this episode, in the next couple, maybe I do need to remember to try and get the lost arrow back from under the moose, and the arrow that I lost on a wolf in the bit I didn't record before then. Alright, now we're down to 23 kilos, that's okay. I'll probably still bring the pot. Actually, you know what, I won't bring the pot. We'll have to just make water in this can, eat one of our other cans. That's our only other can. There'll probably be some up there, but we'll probably have to look at eating that. In fact, what I might do now is actually... yeah, it's a bit of that dilemma of trying to look at if I'm heading towards a well-fed bonus. So I would probably eat that now if I'm really thinking about achieving that. Otherwise I'll wait till I'm sleeping and then try and eat that. I think we're warm enough. I could push and just have the coffee and make that climb. I mean, it's probably pretty cold out there anyway at the moment right now, so what I'll probably do is actually just sleep for 2 or 3 hours and go up completely rested.
I'm gonna need to eat soon.
Let's just check what the temperature's like. I mean, it's cold, which means we gotta have to make a pretty warm fire while we loot that plane. There's no problem doing it with the aurora going on. That's fine. It's more the fuel we'd have to use. And a lot of that is because we're in the wind. Still wind chilled, even though I just had the little... I think it's just being silly on us. Alright. There's no point being adventurous just for the sake of trying to show we can do it. It's probably just a bit of a waste of our resources to do that. So I think we'll just sleep for another 2 or 3 hours and just see if it gets a tiny bit warmer. Alright. It's probably not a lot warmer, but you should see at least got a little bit. It's a couple of degrees warmer. We can make this climb and we can at least, warm up in the cave probably if we don't want to go and loot the plane and have to build a hefty fire to begin with. You can make this climb in you know, pretty quick time if you're willing to use all the coffee and take the damage, and we'll check that. We'll check that cave on the way back down as well. Is it the moon or the sun? Golden orb just floating there. It did get cold quick.
Can't feel my hands.
Alright. Probably be freezing by the time we get to the top. We'll probably make it to the top because we're so light and so well rested, but I'll just rest for a second. Another picture. Right. That'll probably do us. Excellent. Still got more than half our stamina, which is great. We won't go to the plane just yet. We'll just duck inside this cave and just warm up at the back. Now here's a good question. Hey, we bought our bedroll. Just making sure I didn't make that classic mistake. Some nice antibiotics. Yeah,
Anything right now.
that book can stay there. Okay, so we're not warm back here. It's -3. Yeah, bedroll's -3.6. Oh, sorry, +3.6. So you can sleep for an hour. Nearly out of calories. This will only warm us up a tiny bit, so but the day should start to get a bit warmer as well. It's like 0. Sleep for 1 more hour. Ooh, sounds like some weather's rolling in. You're a real blizzard going on out there. Or a little fake blizzard. You're just a high wind scenario. Yeah. sleep again just for a couple of hours, just to see if that weather goes away. Get our warmth back. Doesn't sound like it's going away. I'm gonna have to drink one of these.
My stomach is eating itself.
And just eat that quickly, and we'll head to the plane. Leave that piece of wood. We have to stay up here overnight, which we probably won't need to, but if we have to, we'll need that piece of wood. The first time you come up here and make this climb to the plane, it's a pretty exhilarating experience, really. I mean, kind of seems like the most far-flung, dangerous place to get to in the game. And obviously there's really good loot. So it's definitely a good thing to try and head to and get, but once you kind of know the way in and out, it's a good fun journey, but I don't think it's particularly tricky. Hey, we got an extra hacksaw.
Oh, thank you.
And it's 100% hacksaw, so I probably won't pick that up just yet. I'll leave it by the door so we don't forget it. Grab our stem. It's a little bit cold in here, but not a lot. Do we light a fire yet? Yeah, because we need to actually we need to get some water on the go, so I will. So we'll get some water on the go. We'll loot the rest of these containers.
Come on, little fire.
By the rest, I mean all of them. We haven't opened a single one yet. Alright. So that's on the go. We will grab the distress pistol, but hello, fire striker. Yay! 35%, so it won't last a huge amount of time, but it's still a good thing to find. And we've got 12 matches, another 12 matches, accelerant. Let's chuck a piece of reclaim straight on that. 6 minutes. We're warming up here.
This stuff will come in handy.
Worn era. Cool. We won't have that on for very long. Don't think anything else we picked up is particularly better than... Oh, you actually are. That was a new ski jacket.
He doesn't seem so crazy right about now.
Wow. That will end up becoming cloth. Eat cattail stock for the moment. We'll get to the food in a minute. 10 minutes.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Wool socks, not the shoes. I'll leave those for the moment. We left some clothes in there, just because I don't know if I really am going to need the leather that much, although we will need it for a satchel, so we might just take... Yeah, I'll think about tearing one of those down in a moment. 5 minutes until boiled. Slow container.
I think I can use this.
Rusty pork and beans. Rusty pork and beans. They're still edible. They're probably highly likely to give us food poisoning, so we've... 26 kilos. I think we really should consider eating something. I'm gonna eat these crackers because I think we'll find some more. Hate to do it, but it's want a bigger hit so I don't have to worry about it for a while. Okay. That's arrow 15. Check boat, no, we can check the bottom one.
This'll come in.
Some mint soda. All in the same condition of 21%. There's 4 or 5 of them there. Can't think if there's anything hides behind there or not. Okay.
I think I can use this.
Tea, coffee, tea. And there should be a bunch of crackers in this one if I remember correctly. Just checking the condition. Oh, it's 5 blocks of crackers. 10 minutes. And there should be some medical stuff and skins in here, I think.
I'll take it.
42%. I don't think I'll bring the antiseptic, but I'll bring the antibiotics. So now we are officially heavy. Let's consider our options here. Might just drink a couple of these for the calories and for the liquid. We're only just over. Can't see us in a scenario where we need a second flare gun. Never had one really wear out before you're out of flares. Probably just end up leaving some coal in that cave, perhaps. Or we're better off dropping some sticks. That's what I might end up doing. I might start to make our way down. I'm just going to grab
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
a couple of packs of these and just see how many pieces of leather I get back off that. So if I tear down... I only get one. That's an hour and 30. I get 2 for an hour and 15. What am I doing? Just going to drop those. What about those? You know, I keep complaining about cloth and I'm thinking of leaving some socks behind. It's a bit ridiculous. Now if I... Hour and 15 for 2, so they're both better than those trail boots. Can I... Just add a piece of coal and light a piece of reclaimed. Alright, food wise. Hour and 15. Hour and 20 left on that fire. Hopefully the weather doesn't go too horrible on us in the meantime. We're only just over, which we can probably drop with sticks next, so I'm okay with that. 26 minutes on that. Yeah, we'll just drink some water. I hear the weather's starting to be a bit funky out there, so it's probably time for us to go. I also got another hacksaw I want to take out of here, so we'll have to do some more stuff just when we get back to the cave, maybe.
Man, I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Yeah. Always use more crow feathers. I don't think you'll ever have anything useful in him, but should check. Get the crow feathers. Yeah. So there you have it. Quick run to the summit. Loot all the stuff. And what day are we? We're actually... We're on day 29, well it's really probably day 28. So yeah, just under day 30. Hitting the summit on an Outerloper run, that's probably pretty good. I mean, any later in that canned food we got up there probably would have been tragically ruined. If we had the well-fed bonus right now, or the satchel, we would have been easy peasy to make this climb and bring all the cool stuff back with us easily. Now, don't think I need that rope from there, but we might have to make another climb back to do some rearranging of the stuff we want down there at some point. I've never ever checked if there's an easy way to mountain goat your way down here without dying. Yeah, possibly is. Throw that down. Can I actually throw it without being lit? Oh, you can't even throw it without being lit. Yeah. That's terrible. Alright, think about what we are going to do. We could eat some more to drop our weight. We need to drop 1.4 kilos. And what don't we want to bring?
Man, I could eat anything.
And that's probably at the same weight as cloth. Tear these down to cloth in the cave. don't think we really need that jacket in its current state. But we've got use the cloth. Let's go. Let's actually go do this in the cave, just so we can be warm. I think we can make this work, but bringing these down as whole and complete things probably isn't the cleverest. And even if it starts to go pretty hairy with the weather, we'll probably make that climb down and get back into our other cave. Fine. It's not really a huge danger there. Alright. So that'll give us the biggest... That gives the biggest bang for buck, weight-wise, harvesting that down. We'll lose nearly a kilo of our weight. $20 minutes to harvest that down.
Night is coming.
Drink a soda. I'll drop it again. I know people say to preserve the sodas, but I kind of find the weight. I tend to just get them out of the way sooner rather than later. So now we are actually light without doing any more work. I think we're good. What are we? 29.8. Yeah. I think doing that cloth teardown was probably the coolest idea. So yeah. Back-to-back Aurora Nights. If I didn't know any better, I'd say the game was trying to make me have some sort of confrontation. Either that or it just wanted me to come up here and take some pictures. I'm not sure. Another one with the breath all gone. Yeah. Sure is pretty, the Aurora. Maybe get another photo. I keep forgetting to take snapshots to make an interesting thumbnail, and YouTube ends up deciding for me. And sometimes it makes some okay choices, but it only gives you choices of about 3 thumbnails. And mostly it finds dead carcasses and fire to be the interesting ones to choose from. So Turkey seems to be going quite strong with his current Deadman run and making some brave moves, and just watched an episode where he got through to Desolation Point. And Loon's Loon is going pretty strong with his Sleepwalker. He survived a pretty epic wolf attack. Well, it's going to be heavy. We need to bring that with us.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Can you imagine if the bunnies were vicious during Aurora? Or a Monty Python kind of esque thing. Savage bunny rabbits with the sharper pointy teeth.
Fingers are numb.
I'm not sure how much of a good gameplay mechanic that would be to have savage rabbits, but it'd be hilarious. The Aurora wolves are out in song tonight.
I'm gonna need to eat soon.
Makes sense. Yeah, nice little one-day trip up the mountain. Let's have a look now. So we managed to pick up, some extra clothes. That wool ear wrap is a pretty good addition. Although, in 10 days or not 8 to 10 days time, we will be making ourselves hopefully a little moose hide satchel, and one of those ear wraps will have to go. We picked up those wool socks and we didn't even wear them because we've been running around sockless, and there's no other ones there. Yeah, we've been sockless for a very long time, so that's actually a pretty good addition. There's a few things here we can start to fix up when we get back to the hut. Don't know about trying to fix the work gloves, just because we're probably heading towards wanting to have some rabbit mittens. We got an extra toque. We'll probably just stow that as well. So a lot of our cloth problems have started to ease up a bit. We left a bunch behind. I don't know if I didn't bring any up the mountain. So we do have, now we got the 2 of these. Just considering whether or not, probably still keep that one for the moment. I know it's extra weight. It'll eventually probably become scrap, but there's a couple other containers we can, at least one other I know about, that we can look at using that on before it gets destroyed. So we're not wearing out the new one. Just got to remember to drop that so it doesn't get used when we actually do that. Got a bunch of extra hides which will help us. Got a bunch of leather, and yeah, obviously we also got a bunch more flare shells. So I can't remember if we even used a flare shell. We might have used one at a certain point. I can't quite remember. But yeah, we're still doing pretty good for that in the way of resources. Got a bunch of other things we have to try and bring back down with us. So we've got a 2-trip scenario because we want to bring 1 rope down. So we're going to need to be quite reasonably well rested. We might just go down very light, just taking the first rope down, dump it, come back up, grab a bunch of other things. We'll have to see how the weight plays out. Spend maybe a day up in this part of the world gathering cattails, and then hopefully avoid the wolves and head back to the mountaineer's hut. I know a lot of people like to go the fast way down from the plain, but I kind of like to be able to come up here and gather the resources. So I think we will probably try and sleep as long as we can through the night now. And I might try and eat some of this dodgy food. I think that's probably for the best, so let's do that before we sign off for the night. So we'll eat this rusty pork and beans. No food poisoning. So do I eat the other rusty pork and beans or wait and cook it? And eat this instead? I think I might as well just do this now. The cooking skill would be nice, but Cool, got the risk out of the way. Drink one of the sodas. Excellent. We'll put our bedroll down somewhere. A spot, come on. And we'll sleep for 10 hours and we'll call this the end of an episode. And are we fully hydrated? No, we're out of... We'll sleep for 9 hours. I don't think we'll get 10 in anyway. So, alright. See you in the next episode.